Good morning. Welcome to Host Devotion on this Wednesday, July the 7th. I was watching a segment from one of the home improvement shows recently. The designer decided to have a special pottery made for the homeowners. She sat by the potter's side and watched while the potter formed a beautiful bowl and vase. It had taken a long time to form them, but with his skillful hands, he was able to take a lump of clay and mold it into something beautiful and useful. The designer was asked if she'd like to try to make something. Excited at the prospect of forming something beautiful out of an ugly mound of clay, she leaped up from her chair and sat herself down on the potter's stool. A bowl, she decided. Time after time, her hand slipped and the form she was making sank into its original ugly blob. The potter began to help her by taking her hands to guide them into forming the shape that she wanted. At first, the designer was unhappy with her results. It wasn't perfect. But then the potter pointed out how the imperfections of the bowl gave it character and uniqueness. Sometimes we question God's design in creating us. Why can't he make me like so-and-so? Why do I have my great-grandfather's big nose? Why can't I do a great Bible study like? Why is my hair curly, straight? Why can't I be the one who knows the Bible from front to back from memory? Why can't I lead the choir? The list goes on and on. In Romans 9:20-21 it says, "But who are you, O man, to talk back to God? Shall what is formed say to him who formed it, why did you make me like this? Does not the potter have the right to make out of a same lump of clay some pottery for noble purposes and some for common use?" With all our imperfections, and we all have them even if others may not see them as we do, God made us just the way he chooses us to be, and he helps to form us into what he wants us to be. He wants us to be pliable like the clay in the potter's studio. He wants to be able to mold us into a vessel that is useful to him. We may not be great speakers, or Bible study leaders, or teachers, or preachers. We might not be the choir director. We may not even be able to carry a tune. We may not be what the world would call beautiful or handsome. But to God, we are his, and he sees us through a father's eyes. We may try on our own to be different or even more than what the potter designed. We may resist the pressure of his potter's hands, but if we yield to his will, he will use our imperfections for his unique purposes. Isaiah 64:8 says, "But now, O Lord, you are our God. We are the clay. You are the potter. We are all the work of your hand." The hymn, "Have thine own way, Lord," has these verses. Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me after thy will, while I am waiting, yielded and still. Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Hold o'er my being absolute sway. Fill with thy spirit till all shall see Christ only, always, living in me. Amen